How's it going, crew? This is HappyDays and welcome to another Terraria 1.3 tutorial. In today's episode we're going to be looking at an AFK Moonlord farm that I've been using for expert mode. It's a relatively simple farm to set up, and what I'm going to go through today is the design I've used, go through some recommended accessories and equipment for it, and then we'll look at it in action too. So let's get started. Okay guys, you got to move fast when you teleport back to base. So I'm just turning all my buffs off because this is an AFK farm and I've got to do it without reapplying buffs. So you teleport into your box and turn on the teleporting. Then you want to equip your Stardust armor and put all your buffs on and cancel any summon you have. So I was using Stardust cells. Then you want to start summoning your Stardust Dragon and get him happening. Beautiful, nice and big. Then equip your defense items for the event and put on the defense equivalents of your accessories. Summon any stationary turret summons you've got. And then basically cross your fingers and yeah, that's pretty much it. So basically in each box there's honey, a heart lantern, a campfire, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So basically I find that the Stardust Dragon is the strongest summon for single target enemies like the Moonlord, and I count each of his 4 sort of targets as single targets. I've tried it with Stardust cells and they just don't focus their damage as quickly as the dragon does. Now the boxes have 2 block wide walls. Because we're not using an Ankh shield, I actually found I was getting knocked out of the box occasionally, which is not good. And a big thing I'm doing is I've moved the Dryad in near the arena. She doesn't seem to get killed, probably because there's a roof on it. And she gives the flower buff, I'm pretty sure, which gives you an extra 8 armor. And believe me, you need every little bit you can get. So, yeah. Now, look, I want it to be a full AFK farm, but it would be a lot easier if you just use healing potions when you need them. I don't think pushing H occasionally is going to inconvenience you too much. And it would make the farm's success ratio a lot higher. Okay, so the core is opened, and I find this is the most dangerous time of this farm. The eyeballs, the true eyes of Cthulhu, have a lot of attacks that go straight through blocks, and they don't miss. They're instant sort of attacks. So here's where you would probably want to heal normally. But it's AFK farm, so I can't. But look, if you get lucky with your ninja dodge and things like that, then that's all you need. So it looks like we're just about done here. And come on, dragon, you can do it! Oh gosh, so close. Where is it gone? And there we go. The Moonlord AFK expert mode done. Beautiful. Let's get our treasure bag. And that's how it's done, guys. So just another look at the equipment again. Warding worm scarf. So pretty much warding on nearly everything. You just need the defense. Shiny stone for the regen. Ninja gear for the dodge. We have to keep the summon scrolls on to keep the dragon at its full power. Stardust set, and basically I equipped in the same items just with the damage, and you can just do that by right clicking, guys, just before the event, and that means you can summon a stronger dragon. And potions, pretty much everything. And I've got separate videos on potion farms if you're interested in that. So let's open the expert mode treasure bag. And in it, you normally, I think you get the suspicious looking tentacle 100%, which is that eyeball thing, and it reveals treasure, gravity globe, and you get your random sort of weapon out of it too. Okay, next I'm going to show you how to create the boxes yourself. So rather than recreate the whole arena, I'm just going to show you the basic block. So starting at 1 point, the base of each little teleporter box is 7 blocks wide. So 2, 3, 4, and let's just get rid of that. 5, 6, 7, and then they go 6 blocks high. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you just need to fill it in. The walls are 2 blocks wide because during the fight, if it's 1 block, I noticed I was actually getting knocked out of the box by the Moonlord. You put a teleporter block on the bottom, and each box also has its own heart statue. Now, one thing to note during this tutorial, guys, is I'm going to show you it at its maximum power, and then you just put what you've got available. Okay, so if you've only got 1 heart statue, just use 1. Yeah. So we've got a heart statue and a heart lantern, and then on top of the box I've put a campfire, and then you put 3 buckets of honey inside. The reason for using 3 buckets of honey is that it gives the permanent honey buff. So as you're teleporting around, you've always got the honey buff on. And I've added a wall because walls are cool. That part's optional. Okay, next I'd like to show you how to link up your 4 teleporters. And basically there's a system to doing it, and I'm going to explain it now. So basically, all 4 teleporters are linked to 1 timer. And I'm going to show you basically the way you do it, and then how you want to spread your boxes out is up to you. So think of them as numbers, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. The first thing you want to do is link up teleporter 1 to teleporter 4. The next thing you want to do is link up teleporter 2 to teleporter 3, but you also need to connect that wire to the timer as well. The last thing you need to do is to link up teleporter 2 to teleporter 4. And as always, run that wire back to the timer. Then when you turn the teleporter on, you should go through them in a sequence. So as you can see, I'm going to 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. And basically you can set this up in any pattern around the area that you want. Time to talk about equipment, which is critical for this AFK farm to work on expert mode, and less so for normal mode. Alright. So basically, using the summoner armor is a must because you need to push as much damage out of your Stardust Dragon staff as you can. I've also got a bewitching table here to get the extra minion buff. For accessories, I've got the Celestial Stone and the Worm Scarf, and they're going to be swapped out, and I'll show you the sequence of this later on. I've also got the Necromantic Scroll, for the extra minions, the Celestial Shell for the Werewolf, and it is helpful if you can fight the Moonlord at night because you'll also get the buff from being a werewolf, which gives you some minor defense and regen, all that good stuff. Got a Papyrus Scarab for the extra minion. We've got the Ninja Master Gear for the dodge chance. You get a 10% chance to dodge. With the Ninja Gear, you can also just use a black belt, and the Avenger Emblem for when we're summoning the dragon for the extra damage, and wings just to use during the lunar event. And this is also critical, the Shiny Stone, that gives you increased life regeneration. And because we're not moving in this AFK farm, you'll actually get a lot of regen out of this item. Okay. So here's another important part too. I've got the same 3 items with damage on them instead of warding. So just before you fight the Moonlord, you right click them and it'll put the damage equivalents into your active inventory, and that will further boost the damage of your Stardust Dragon. Furthermore, the Celestial Stone, which will get swapped out for the Worm Scarf, has damage on it. And also the wings I normally have, this has got 3%, normally your wings would have 4, and you swap that in for the Shiny Stone. And 4% damage on Avenger Emblem too. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed watching my AFK Expert Mode Moonlord farm, and I hope you found it useful. Remember that you may want to use this farm in normal mode and get some of the strong items, and then swap over to Expert Mode when you're ready. You may also want to use potions and refresh your buffs while the farm is on, but as I've demonstrated, this farm works completely AFK, but you can only make it better by, you know, pushing a button occasionally. Okay, so keep those comments coming. I'll be looking at my other farms for the 1.3 update. I understand there's been some changes, and we'll have a look at them very soon. Leave a like if you've enjoyed this video, guys. It took a while to get this just right, but I hope it helps a lot of you out. Keep those comments coming, and ask for suggestions for the next thing you want to see farmed. And if you haven't subscribed yet, guys, I do a lot of farms like this on my channel. If you're new and you're just checking us out here, click that little HD icon in the bottom right corner and you won't be disappointed. I hope to see you guys soon. Here's the most important part as always, stay happy, and I'll see you next time. This is HappyDays signing out. See ya. And that means that Ectoplasm will be, getting farmed nicely. And you can see that was dead easy to set up that. So the mobs can cruise up the sides, the mimics can get in, which is one of the main things. Yeah, we've got lots of good loot. Oh, he's got 3,000 health! He's only got 3,000!